energy sanction on Russia. This is an important development. Your thoughts, Nikita.
First of all, I'd like to say that air with no Ukrainian representative at all. Ms. Japarova, she's not Ukrainian. She became a minister as an American agent. She was working for so-called Radio Liberty, and then after Colored Revolution in 2014, she became Minister of the Information. Now she is working as a diplomat.
Yes.
For me, I think that we didn't hear no real information about what happened in the Ukraine. She spoke for a long time about so-called aggression. But it looks like when terrorists took hostages and when police come in to free them, the representative of the terrorist group started crying and speaking about rude or brutal aggression. In fact, Russian troops came to Ukraine after aggression against Russia and against our allies in Donbass. In fact, Ukraine, under control of the current regime, did support terrorist attack against Russian Crimea and against other Russian citizens. In fact, they sent those agents to commit terrorist attacks against people, against infrastructure. In Russia, it is well-known so-called Sentsov conspiracy. He was an agent of the military intelligence of Ukraine.
No, but they're saying, Nikita, you said ceasefire, but they're saying that you're firing missiles around Kyiv. Let me get Anatoly, and he's from Kyiv. Anatoly?
Yeah.
Anatoly, every day we're receiving statements of Russia claiming to evacuate citizens and order a ceasefire. Is there a ceasefire on the ground? Would you like to tell our guests from Moscow what your take is on that?
I would like you to hear that, because it was a few minutes ago. You could hear it from my window. But now the air alarm is off, so it's relatively calm, but not for a long time, because it's constantly there are explosions, there are shelling, and there are no humanitarian corridors. For the third day in a row, there are citizens in Mariupol where the situation is the worst. They couldn't get out of the city because those corridors that the Russians promised us, they do not keep their words.
They're saying the Russians are lying about the humanitarian corridors. Nikita, you heard that? They're saying there's proof on the ground that the Russians are lying about the humanitarian corridors.
Yeah.
First of all,
in fact, they say, I'll just complete, Nikita, they say there's a military strike which killed a family which was trying to flee the invasion. And they're saying that there's a family with 2 children and other civilians trying to flee the Russian invasion. And they were at an evacuation crossing point and they were killed, they're saying.
Yeah, it's true.
First of all,
it happened about that family. It happened in the city of Irpin. It's from place where I am now. It's 10 kilometers from here.
do I have a chance to answer?
Yeah, please respond. Please respond.
Okay. First of all, it was Russia who proposed to build so-called humanitarian corridors in Mariupol and other cities. And it is nationalist troops of Ukraine who do not let citizens to get out of the cities. In fact, as I said before, we are dealing not with the government, we are dealing not with the army. We deal with a terrorist group, with the head of Zelensky, supported by United States.
Are you mad, Nikita? Are you mad? Those are lies. Those are lies. We have regular army. We have no regime. We have government, actual government. Don't lie to the world. It's enough. Just look what happens here.
It's not your government. As I
It's
said
our
before,
government.
we've elected it. Who is in fact, we saw your minister who is not even a citizen of the Ukraine. Please stop crying. I'm speaking now. It is not your turn. It is not your turn. Please stop crying, sir.
A lot of journalists.
Please stop crying. It's unacceptable. Please keep your place, sir.
I just want to tell you something. One second. I want to tell you, Anatoly, while you're speaking right now, the pictures in the middle of the screen, I'll let the visuals play. I want to describe the visuals that we are seeing here right now. I have no independent confirmation of this, but these pictures, ladies and gentlemen, on your screen are just above a place called Kalinovka. Can you hear the visuals? Can you hear the sound?
Yeah.
Can you hear the sound, Anatoly? This is above Kalinovka, Kyiv region. And these are pictures of cruise missiles flying from the south towards Kyiv. And according to eyewitnesses, there were 6 of them. Everyone on the screen, please, the guests, 6 of them. Tell me one thing. Tell me, are they firing cruise missiles towards Kyiv now?
Not from at this moment, not. But yesterday, the airport in Vinnytsia was bombed by 8 missiles shot from the Black Sea, from a Russian ship.
So this is escalating. This is becoming very big and very dangerous. Abdul Bari Atwan, this is escalating. This is not becoming. This is not de-escalating. This is seriously escalating to a point where people can't predict what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. Abdul Bari, what do you think? And I'd like Mark to respond to it.
This is definitely escalation.
Yes.
I believe this war will continue as long as the Americans are not listening to what the Russians are demanding. They don't want to expand the NATO to the east. They don't want rocket missiles on their border. They want actually respect to the Ukrainian government actually to respect the independent voices on the east of Ukraine. So this is the problem. The Americans actually are the one who started the war. It is not the Russian. It is not the Ukrainian. They started the war when they actually pushed the Ukrainian government to actually apply for the NATO, to European Union. This is the problem. America can stop this war immediately when they listen to the Russian demand.
I'm saying it, Mark, please respond to that. This is getting very...